We do business with terrible regimes all the time, and they do business with us. But this is very different in that we're throwing away the system for the writ of one man. That's the part that, and Eric, I'll ask you, once you throw that away, do you know of a situation where people have been able to get it back? Once you go to a transactional strongman theory of he makes the decisions, well, I don't know how you claw that back.
Unless he gets called on it and challenged, particularly by his own party. I was up on Capitol Hill last week.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And I was on the Senate side, and I spent my entire day, I spent 10 hours right at where the senators walked out of the chambers. I was focused almost entirely on Republicans, and I ended up speaking to over 25 U.S. senators in the course of a day. I just, spent the whole day there as soon as they were walking out and pestering them. I was asking each one of them about the Trump meme coin, and is it, that he's selling access to a dinner with for 220 buyers of his meme coin. Whoever spends the most money on his meme coin, they can have dinner with him, and 25 of them can have a VIP reception, and 25 of them will get a White House tour. And so, is that acceptable to you? I was asking the U.S. senators this, and there was only 2 of them that were willing to give any. Most of them gave the answer, I don't know enough about it. That the Republican or I don't do walk and talks. That was.
I don't do walk and talks, but I will never sit down with you.
Right. Yeah. And so I think that what's the lasting implication of this? I mean, I think it really is going to depend upon a kind of a rejection of this approach. And if that doesn't happen, then maybe it is normalized. But so far, I mean, the Cutter, 747, you're hearing resistance from Republicans in the Senate in particular. And if it really does start to go forward, there could be a significant backlash there. Each step that seems more outrageous, there's a certain hints of maybe he's gone too far. And so to answer your question, how normalized this becomes, it really depends upon if it becomes normal. And if as an American public, we begin to accept it. And as Susan says, one of the challenges that we face as reporters is that even when we write these stories and we try to make sure that they're understandable, plain language, and that they're distinct, I don't sense that they're resonating as much. I mean, the American public is sort of like, well, there's nothing we can do about it. This is, and I don't feel like the public is as engaged or as outraged by some of the things that are happening